already out here on May 2nd. Change oil in my truck, and I've been waiting for a rainy day, which it's been doing nothing but rain lately. We've not done any field work, and we probably won't for at least another week, because it's going to need probably a week to dry before we could do anything. But out here working on this, I was going to show you guys. Gotta put this thing in, the shift indicator. My cable broke on the little deal here. That hooks onto the shift lever, and then it moves that thing across. And so I gotta replace it. I just got this from Ford a couple weeks ago, and I just got it out of the box and realized it's this whole assembly here. I thought it was just the cable, but I don't think I could really change the cable without taking this piece out off, looking at the way it's fastened on there. So now I'm going to show you guys what to do to get that thing out, but in the meantime, got to try to figure it out myself as I'm going along here. You can see there's the cable that broke, the end pulled out of it. It hooks up onto this little thing here, which is on the shifter, and it runs down. There's a bolt here, looks like a 10mm. Pull that out, and then I think I'm going to have to take this plastic off around the steering column and see what that gets me, but I might have to take this whole plastic piece off the dash here. I'm not sure, so come back to you when I get something figured out. Alright, what it looks like I got to do, there's 4 bolts that hold the whole steering column mounting, and I think I take those bolts out from looking on the internet. The steering column will just drop down enough to allow me to reach in like that and get a hold of the thing. But I took this bottom piece off here, and then you got to take the key switch out to get this top piece off, just to allow a little more room. And so to do that, in the bottom of the key, I disconnected the batteries because you got to turn the key on. And to do that, you go in here, and in the bottom of the key switch, there's a little ball pin thing here. You take just a punch or screwdriver, whatever, push up on it, and as you turn the key to the on position, it pushes up, and then you can just pull the key switch out. And it's just that easy. Sorry, making sure we're recording. These things, I've had these out before because sometimes a dinger, the truck just buzzes anytime the key's in the ignition. Even if the truck's off, it just keeps dinging and dinging and dinging, and that drove me nuts on my old truck. So I went in here, and it's something to do with this tab here, which looks a little different than the one on my other truck, but I'd put a piece of tape over it to where it didn't ding at you. Now that comes out like pull out of there. There's that. They look at metric, I'm sure, and they're probably about a 12 or 13mm nut. And there's 4 nuts. There's 2 up top. Here's one there, and there's one there. You gotta take the fuse thing off so you can get an extension up in there. And then there's 2 more that look like it's slotted, so you might be able to just loosen them and kind of pull it forward. But there's one up in here, and then there's one right there. And so I'm gonna say it looks like that's the only 4 that's holding it. But we'll get them loosened up and see here if we can get it dropped down. Alrighty, got the steering column dropped down here, as you can see. To get the little 10mm nut on the end of this cable here, where it bolts on the bottom of the shift column, or steering column, you kind of got to hold the column up like this and kind of fish it around to get it out of the way, to to where it's out here in the open then, and you can take it out. And then there's just two little, oops, be careful with this thing, there's probably wires and stuff that would break with it just hanging here. And then on the, there's two little, not in a very good position there. There we go. Come on, pull there. And there's the old one. I kind of, I guess I didn't. There we go. And you can see it's got a little spring on it on that side. That works as you pull the cable, but that one is all busted, and so I had to put a new cable in it. But we're going to put the whole gear selector. And then that thing, get up here where maybe you and me can both see a little better. And there's that up in there. Just snaps back up into place. You can see it looks like brand new there. And then this cable runs, which you'll see if you can take it out. As long as I can just get it back in here without breaking it. That'd really suck. There we go. Now I will probably bolt this thing back up in here before I put that little clip on, or put that little cable in. And these are lock nuts. I cheated and used the electric impact on them. Sure made it a lot easier. And as long as you don't take the back two nuts off where the whole thing flops down, it pretty much lines back up here, because there's one nut put on. Looking back through my videos and about some of my most popular videos, it takes them a while to get there, but they do finally build up to about, per hour. The most popular videos are working on these trucks, and I think it's just because a lot of people have this body style truck, and they're about to that age where they're needing some work done on them. And this is a 16-year-old truck and 180,000 miles, and just needs a little work done on it. I got 10mm. But anyway, I just take the impact and run them back up on there. Alright, got that all bolted back up in there, bolted up real nice. And then under here, you can adjust your needle to center it up again. There's a little twist thing on the end of the cable, and you can see the, not in your way there, you can see the needle moving just a little bit. little slop in at these Ford shift columns. They could have done a better design on the way this shifter moves and is supported there in the steering column. I know that's kind of a common problem. I think Michigan Farming was telling me about he had to go in and replace something in here on his. My uncle, I know, has had to go in here and replace on. He's got a 99 F350, and I know he's had to replace something in my old truck. It needed something replaced, but I, of course, didn't keep it long enough to do that. So that's how you change the that little cable deal in there on the shift indicator. That really wasn't as bad as I thought it'd be. Got to finish putting it back together. The key switch just slides back in, and that's, you can turn it back to off, and then it's locked back in there. And so that's that. Thanks everybody for watching.